I feel like something really exciting is moving since Christmas, it feels to me. Like, you know, I've taken two of my kids now on two of the student marches that have happened in the UK in support of them, and just to be there and experience that. And my wife is very actively involved in Extinction Rebellion and in the very rapidly growing civil disobedience around climate change and biodiversity loss and so forth. So we have many interesting conversations in my house about what's the most effective, skillful thing to be doing at this time. And you know, the answer is all of those things, I think. You know, I feel like everywhere in the world where we have politicians and people who are in charge who are not acknowledging and recognising that this is a time of climate emergency are being criminally irresponsible. And particularly when in a country like Belgium, where you can look around and see this amazing flourishing of people who are working so hard through the transition movement, agroecology movement, social justice movements, community energy movements, who are working to build what comes next. We're not waiting for the government's permission, but who are working to build what comes next, to still have governments in place like dinosaurs who are sitting there imagining that somehow business as usual, powered by fossil fuels, is in any way ethically acceptable. Partly because I think future generations will view them as being criminally negligent, and there will be inquiries as to why they just delayed and delayed and delayed during this small window of action. So for me, I feel that at this time in history we need a beautiful, imaginative, bold and beautiful yes, which is what we try and manifest with transition. We also need an imaginative, bold and beautiful no, and that's what I see happening, and that's what I think is happening today in Brussels. And I have every admiration for people who are willing to put their bodies on the line to say no, this is not okay. It was so interesting in the London marches, that the Extinction Rebellion events, their thing is we want as many people to get arrested as possible, and hundreds of people go saying, arrest us, that's fine. And at the last action they were all really disappointed because no one got arrested. They were saying to the police, why aren't you arresting anybody? The police were like, what? This is not how things work normally. So I'll be going along today because they've invited me, because I think that at this moment in history, everybody who stands up and says this is not acceptable anymore needs all the support that we can give, and because it's history. This is history. You know, we look back at books of the suffragettes. We look back now. We go to the cinema and see Selma about Martin Luther King and people walking across the bridge at Selma. But actually, at the same time, that's what's happening now. This is our version of Selma, which is happening now, and I want to be there to see it wherever I can and support it however I can.